Hey, welcome back to the show this evening as we review a few players that we were hot on during the pre-draft prep that quite haven't gotten going yet, and what to do with them, along with our who's hot, who's not, go get them, cut them segments. But before that, we begin the show by asking you the question: where else would you rather be than right here, right now? You're looking live at our split studios. This is Fantasy Baseball Now, episode 86. Part of the show, part of the ball9.com podcast network. And we have a graphics person now.
Yeah, like you kind of like that should have been the lead.
It should have been.
How about the new opening? And where do you see the rest? As we've decided that with the help of our new producer, Handjob Watson, that we are going to come into the end of the 21st, latter half of the 20th century. So we're kind of, we're not wearing leisure suits like it's the 80s, but like we're at least certainly not cheating off Mel Allen. But we're going to get to that because he's dead and he can't sue us. So
sure.
So we do like that. So in addition to everything that Sean mentioned and us looking forward to these great new graphics, and you might need to bear with us because it's just as new to us. I mean, our production meeting today was 7 minutes, which is a new record for Fantasy Baseball Now. Make sure you follow us, as brought to you by ball9.com. Follow us at the Ball9 Network, on our YouTube channel, on our X, formerly known as Twitter, account at Fantasy Base B Now, and on all the meta world, Facebook and Instagram, as we plaster ourselves around the ether and hope that somebody listens.
They're here.
Like, yeah, they are. But how about you could tell us we're an idiot. I mean, I heard my name was idiot till I was 9.
I got called worse at dinner.
Yeah. I was idiot until I was 9. And then somehow my legal name got changed to asshole. I don't know how that happened, but it did. But here we are. And we're going to start off with, as there's been a lot of floating around, and we're now 25% of the season, pretty much at the quarter pole.
Hey, Mike, let me interrupt you real quick before we get to the opening segment. I got this question from Thomas here. That is a great question, actually.
Oh, Jesus, fuck. Okay, so just for some context,
I'm sure there was some context.
Tommy Actor, you shithead. This was a real trade in a head-to-head league. So now he's going to get your opinion on whether I fleeced him by getting Tatis and Devers, who you called out and he responded, for Carroll and Pasquantino, or whether I'm an idiot. And because he's an Oriole fan, he has nothing to feel good about in his life. So he's hoping you make him feel better. That's where this is. That's what this is. 100%. Because
I would take Carroll and Pasquantino.
Because you're both dumb. I'm ahead of you both. I mean, I don't know why. Like, you're wrong, and you're wrong. You're both.
You're awfully defensive.
You know what? You know why I made that trade?
Why is that?
This is going to upset a certain faction of the political right. I had too many white guys on my team. And I've been watching a lot of NBA basketball, and I've realized the more white guys you got, the less chance you got to win it. So I decided to diversify. I decided to diversify my team. And I was thinking about taking motorcycle lessons, and who better to teach me than Fernando Tatis Jr.? Who better?
Yeah, he's not going to finish with no home runs. Tatis will get it going. The biggest part of that is I'm a huge Corbin Carroll fan. I think he's the best player in the trade.
He definitely is. He definitely is the best player in the trade. But his power numbers are down.
Yep.
They don't score a lot of runs. I mean, Valdez is 113 years old. He's not going to hit 400. He's already fallen off a little bit. They're not getting a lot of power production out of any of those guys. Pasquantino's down. Devers certainly has not been great. I think when I looked at it was kind of a shake-up trade, but it was also two guys that I had targeted that I wanted.
There you go.
even though I'm a huge Vinny Pascantino fan, he's going to come up later in the show, in the next segment, as a matter of fact.
Why don't we move? Let's move to that segment because it's a good time to vent. Now, for those that are relatively new to the show, the inspiration on this was last year, May 9th, 2025. It was a defining day in my life, and it wasn't positive. It was Mother's Day. I woke up at 6:30 in the morning. Before I even came out for my first coffee, I was spitting nails at Cody Bellinger and Brandon Nimmo and about 12 other guys. And I come out for Mother's Day, and Mrs. Pugsley looks at me, and I said, Happy Mother's Day. She goes, What is the matter with you? Why do you have that look on your face? I'm like, I'll be honest with you. My fantasy baseball team sucks, and I can't sleep. That was May 9th. So it's Mother's Day time again. So now we're going to revisit who were we high on, and think about it on your end. Who were you high on in the pre-draft process that just sucks this year? Do you trade them? You're not going to cut them. They're probably too good. Do you bench them? Do you ride it out and let them be an anchor to your lineup? That's our topic tonight.
That's our topic. And way to back somehow make Mother's Day about you 2 years in a row.
Yes.
Nice work. Nice work. That's good work. I'm sure when Amy's listening to the show on the way to work tomorrow, she'll be thrilled.
She's probably upstairs now watching.
She probably is. So what were we thinking? I'm going to let you go first, and let's go back to back. Instead of you running the list, let's go back to back, and you start with, I can't figure them out. I can't figure it out.
Look, I don't know how Logan Gilbert can be this bad. I coming into the year, I figured him as a top 4 maybe pitcher, top 5 starter at the worst. I think he'll get it together. I think Seattle will get it together. No one's running away with that division. But that's a massive disappointment for Logan Gilbert. To me, he was a Cy Young candidate at the start of the year. 3.78 ERA, you expected better. 52 Ks in 50 innings, not bad. But that's not top 5 starting pitcher quality.
Not 38 ADP quality, that's for sure.
No, not even close.
And then for my first one for me, I got to stop paying attention. As a rule, I don't pay attention to spring training. Same. Like an idiot, I paid attention to spring training this year, and all of a sudden, Matt McClain's fixed. He's fixed. He's back. He's better than ever. He's rookie year Matt McClain. Well, rookie year Matt McClain has turned into 204, 3 homers, 14 RBIs, 15 runs. He doesn't have 5 steals. He's got a 25% K rate. He's a 14th rated second baseman on CBS Sports. And I got way too many shares of Matt McClain. Way too many. And now you get into head-to-head leagues where there's middle infielder involved, and there ain't nobody to replace him. Now he's hitting 9th. Thank you.
What do you do with him? You have him on your bench, or what's the deal?
In one league, he's active because I can't find a second baseman or a middle infielder to bench him for. In another league, he's on my bench. I honestly, at this point in time, I'd sell him if there was a buyer, but he's a cut candidate for me. Like, I'd move on. I'm ready to move way on from him and just be like, yeah, whatever. There's got to be somebody. There's got to be somebody out there. Otto Lopez is still second base eligible. I play him at second base until I can't.
Yeah, you know what? I have Otto Lopez in our league, and I'm playing him at second base. And in just a few weeks, I'm going to have to make a decision.
That's 18 days, by the way.
Yeah, 18 days. And he's got to move to shortstop. And I'll be honest with you, Gunnar Henderson's a bigger name. Otto Lopez is having a much better year. Gunnar Henderson is going to end up on my bench.
Gunnar Henderson's hitting 197.
Yeah. And I'd like to trade Otto Lopez and get a good return, but shortstop is so deep, very few teams need one.
And Mike Virginia, who's a really good follower for fantasy on the X, pointed that out today. And my response was, when is Gunnar Henderson going to get linked with PCA as 2 guys you can't have on your team? Like, you got to sell them. You got to sell them as fast as possible. Like, you just got to, like, they were what they were, and now they're not. And it's not. We're not talking about a month. We're talking about a year and a half for both of them.
Yeah.
So he's lumped in the same thing.
And another guy, Ketel Marte, 208. Yeah, 5 homers, 15 RBIs, 19 runs, no steals, which you like to get some run. If you're going to be a second baseman and not be able to steal bases, you got to have some better counting stats. ADP at 25, he came in the top ranked second baseman, I thought by far in
Yeah,
fantasy baseball. That has become Bryce Terang, who I
by a lot.
almost traded for the other day. But Marte, his value has got to be way, way down. Even if you tried to trade him right now, I'm not sure what kind of return you'd get.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4 were not one, 2, 3, and maybe 6. Marte, Terang, Chisholm, and Terang in some kind of order, and Luke Cashel. Marte, Chisholm, and Cashel have not performed, not even a little bit. Not
You
even
think
a
about the
little.
hole at second base. It's a weak position
Oh,
anyway.
Forefront. Yeah.
And what, 3 of your top 4 guys that you just rattled off suck. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a devastating for that position.
And the sleeper pick that was going to fix all that sucks worse than all of them. So Cade Cavalli, I got him in way too many places too. I can't cut him. He is a K an inning. He's 1.59 WHIP. He's a 4.02 ERA. He's 105th ranked pitcher, shockingly, and 42% rostered. The problem with him is his average start is 4 1/3, and he's great for a minute, and then he's not. And I feel like he's going to figure it out as the season goes on. But he probably would have been a smarter, let's pick him up later guy than have drafted him in 4 leagues. I drafted him in 4 leagues. Was it 100% share on Cade Cavalli? Yeah. 100%. Yep. Bad move.
Now going to your favorite team, the Red Sox.
Yeah, I love him.
Look, Roman Anthony was the guy. He was this year's Wyatt Langford.
Yeah,
even before he got hurt. I don't know what's going on there. You got to hold on. If you're in a dynasty league, given his hype and his pedigree, you have to hold on to him. But what a massive disappointment. That whole team has been garbage.
Mm-hmm.
But he leads the charge there. You know, you got to call it what it is. 229, with 1 homer.
Yeah.
That's
not good.
His ADP was 47 in the leagues I was in. He was getting picked before that because we're in dynasty deeper leagues.
Yeah.
He was going well before 47, and just a massive disappointment.
In the mocks that we were doing, he was going in the 30s.
Yeah. Thanks,
because everybody was all in on him. And Michael Burrows, same thing. I mean, I just, again, stop paying attention to spring training and just basically turn your phone off from February 20th until March 15th. And he's been okay, right? 1-4. It's very, very similar stats to Cavalli. He does go a little longer. He goes 4 2/3 instead of 4 1/3 in his starts. Oddly enough, he's the 97th ranked pitcher. Cavalli's 105. Yeah, he's only 34% rostered, and Cavalli's 42% rostered. Some of that could be because the Astros are just awful. Not ironically, the 2 teams that have given up the most runs in baseball are Washington and Houston. They've also scored near the top as well. I mean, I like Burrows. I would cut Cavalli before I cut Burrows, most likely.
Yep.
I'd probably hold on to both of them, just because I just would probably just hold on to both of them, and just, if I have bench room, if I have room on my bench, I'll put them on my bench. I'll look at matchups, whether I want to play them or not. And head to head in a 2-start week, I probably roll a dice on both of them, because who knows? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? They can do what they did for me last week and get a combined -31. That's all good.
There you go.
Kind of hard to win a head to head. Kind of hard to win head to head when you're -31 for 2 starters in your rotation.
I got to ask you about my next guy, who he was my first pitcher, SP1 in the head-to-head league, Luzardo. ERA 5.77, WHIP of 1.4, but it's hard to get him out of your lineup. He's 57 strikeouts and 43 2/3. That's a phenomenal K rate, but what the hell's going on there?
If he wasn't on your list, he would have been on mine, without a doubt. Here's what I believe. Blake Wheeler's back. Everybody slots down one spot in the rotation. Jesus Luzardo taking the pressure because this happened with him in Miami. Like, he had an incredible arm. He was starting pitcher 1 for them. So he got top matchup every single start. He was top matchup. So he just might be one of those guys that puts incredible pressure on himself in those matchups. And he's pitching to either too hyped or too focused on who he's pitching against instead of just going out and pitching. I think with Wheeler back, as he slots down, he'll be okay. He certainly isn't going to have a 5-something ERA, but he has been, when he's been bad this year, he's been really, really bad. And that's not historically him.
Yep.
He's been okay. Like, when he's been bad, Gunner for Terang straight up.
Well, he wants Gunner. He called you a fool too, which endears him to me.
Well, okay. That's only the 11th time I heard that today. Twice at dinner from a 20-year-old. Christ. Well, we'll get off track. Too much NBA talk in my house right now. And then for those of you that have been following along at home to the bouncing balls, you all know that I was way in on Vinny Pasquantino. And Tommy, of course, decided to chime in and show that I already bailed on him in one league. I'm not bailing on him. Here's what frustrates me with him. They moved the fences in Kansas City. I thought he was going to be all of a sudden the power numbers would increase. He has 5 home runs. I thought he'd have 8 or 10 by now. He's hitting 208, but he was hitting 136 2 weeks ago. He's only got a 19% K rate, so he's making contact. He's just not getting hits. He's the 11th ranked first baseman. He was right around there when the season started. Maybe he was 9-ish. I think he's going to be fine. Not only am I I'm buying Pasquantino, contrary to me trading him, because I wanted Tatis. Contrary to me trading him, if opportunity presents itself, I'm buying Vinny Pasquantino right now. Because I think the surge is coming with him. The Royals have been not great. They can't be worse.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been hitting for power, so he's not. And Sal Perez isn't hitting like he was last year. So at some point in time, that's going to change for both of them. And then he's going to be the benefactor of it.
Yeah, my last guy, I talked up Andrew Abbott on this show all off season. I thought his ADP was way too low. He sucks. And if he was on my team, I wouldn't cut him yet. I would ride the wave of that start on Sunday that he had. 6 inning, no runs, 5 strikeouts. I would get a rosin bag for him if I could. And try and pawn him off on somebody who doesn't realize the stats. They were just happening to be watching the Reds game on Sunday.
Yeah, the one Red fan that might play fantasy baseball, because I don't know what they do. I don't know how many Red fans there actually are.
Yeah.
He was great. He was really good in his last 2 starts. He's been pretty good. So he's definitely trending up. He was a 2-start pitcher for me coming last week, and he was pretty good in both of those starts. Second start especially. And then my last guy, fuck this idiot. I mean, honest to God, like, I'm selling that idiot. No matter, I was so friggin' in on him against everything that I believe. Actually being in on a Red Sox player like a dope, the dope that I am in. He's going to have a great year. He's going to bounce back. Anthony's going to protect him in the lineup. He's leading. He's been hitting everywhere, and he platoons. So not only is he not playing every day, but when he does play, 189. That's ungood, right? 4 homers, 18 RBIs, 19 runs. He does have stolen base. He does have 9 stolen bases. He's almost at a 30% K rate. So
But
not only is his K rate's high.
He's not getting better. He came into the game tonight 3 for 20 of his last 25.
That's not good.
No, it's not like he's finding a rhythm.
Look, I'm not a math whiz. That's 120. That's not good. That's not good at all. And I had him in two, obviously not my National League only league, but in two of the three mixed leagues I had him. And both times I traded him, I literally got the rosin bag you've been trying to get for Andrew Ed. I literally got, it was just get him off my roster. I don't want to be even tempted to put him in my lineup.
Yeah.
And they should have traded him. Like in defense of Jaron Duran, not in defense of the dumb stuff that he says, which is weekly, but in defense of him, when the rumors were floating in the offseason that they were going to trade him, they should have just done it. They should have just done it. And let him get out of there and let him start over someplace else, because he's too talented to be producing the way he is, but he's not talented enough to be on my roster. I can tell you that right now. He's out
of the pool.
Out. Like, get him out. Go away. Take your last place team with you while you're doing it. Sneak that in there.
I've looked at Jaron Duran numerous times. It scares me that the big man, who is a Red Sox fan, is eager to deal him. That's always a red flag. I just can't do it.
I think so. I traded Duran to the big man for Cam Smith, and I think he was as eager to get Cam Smith off his team as I was to get Duran off my team. And I'm not sure he's had him active once yet, and I haven't had Cam Smith active since I got him.
Yeah.
And you can question whether I should have him active or not, but I got a 19-point lead, so I'm not, or 9-point lead, whatever it is. Still in first place.
14.
All right, so now this is where it gets fun, because these graphics are already great. But let's go to who's hot. I can't believe the Geico Caveman has made this show.
I can't believe Spencer Steer made the show.
You and me both, man. This is...
Somebody get Brandon Marsh a razor, please. But ranked 19th in his last 21 games coming into tonight with by the way, 443 average. No wonder the Phillies, what are they, 11-3 with Mattingly? 2 homers, 15 runs, 10 RBIs, and a steal in his last 21 games. He's raking. Absolutely raking.
He's definitely raking. And Spencer Steer, who still is, I don't know how, and this was a last year trend too. He's only 63% owned and 46% started. Last 14, 304, 3 homers, 7 RBIs, 5 runs, a stolen base. And now he's hitting in the middle of the lineup in Cincinnati. So he's either hitting behind Cruz or Dela Cruz or in front of Dela Cruz, and Sal Stewart. They're flip-flopping, seems like, on a daily basis. He's playing every day.
Yep.
He's produced his entire career. That's all. That's what he does. And I don't know how he's not. I don't know how he's not owned, but in more than. I mean, he's first base and outfield eligible right now. I don't know how he's not owned in more than 63% of the leagues. I don't have any idea. But on Marsh, so you notice since Mattingly got hired, they're hitting. And I don't think it's easy to say, like, if you're going to listen to people about hitting, you should listen to Don Mattingly. You'd be a total egomaniacal fool to not listen to Don Mattingly about hitting. But the Phillies weren't as bad as they started under Topper. And you knew they were going to get better. And especially with Wheeler coming back, who's been pretty good.
Yeah.
He's been pretty good. He hasn't been Zach Wheeler, but he's been better than most. You knew they were going to be better. I just think that Mattingly probably in their ear about approach more than he was before as the voice, and not feeling like he was going to overstep Topper has had an impact. has definitely had an impact. I saw an interview with Trey Turner, and he had a 4-hit game on Sunday, and he said that day he swung the bat 7 times, and they were all during the game. The 3 days before that, he swung the bat about 1,000 times in 3 days, and he didn't have any hits. And Mattingly said, "Why swing the bat so much?
Yeah,
just get in the batter's box to see the ball and hit it." Like she's like that simple.
pretty basic.
It's pretty basic. Oh, who's cold?
Who's cold?
Boy, these are good graphics. Jesus Christ, these 2 idiots.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if it's his injury when he was in Tampa or Shane Baz was so highly touted and everybody expected so much from him. He's awful. He's on the go cut list too, if you wanted to put him there.
Pretty close, yeah.
Last 21 days, I mean, he still started 90% of leagues, which is not a lot, but he's still owned in 50, and I'm trying to figure out why. Last 21 days, 6.19 ERA and a 1.56 whip.
It's not good.
You can't play that. You can't put him in your lineup. And
Yeah.
other than potential, he's really done nothing in his career. I mean, he hasn't come close to living up to the hype.
No.
He
More,
again, you go back to, is there any fantasy value there? About a strikeout an inning, but a lot of guys do that.
Yeah, more importantly, they paid him.
And they paid him.
Jesus. Only Baltimore. And then if this guy didn't play third base, and as Handjob Watson pointed out, he liked the graphic because it looked like he was taking a dump.
I think he had Chipotle for lunch.
He's definitely taken a dump on his production in the last 2 weeks. 106. 106. That's hard to do. 2 RBIs and a run. Like, that's hard to do. 106. He's hitting 229 on the season. He's only got 1 homer, and usually he has those spurts where he hits 3 or 4 homers in a week, and everybody rushes to pick up Matt Chapman. No, hasn't even done that yet. He's still 87% owned and 59% started, which tells you third base is how hard it is to plug guys in. Or you're waiting for that week where he breaks out.
That's a hell of a wait, though.
I wouldn't have drafted him. He was on a do not draft list for me.
Yeah.
He's never had consistent enough fantasy value, irregardless of the depth at third base, to want to have on your team.
Fielding doesn't count.
Yet he's on 87% of the teams.
Fielding doesn't count. People forget.
He's elite. There's no doubt about it. I was watching a Giants game this week. He made a play that he's the only guy, maybe Ryan McMahon, the only 2 guys that would make that play that he made. And he was 0 for 4 and left 7 runners on during the game. But he saved 1 run, so his defensive run saved 1 up a run.
There you go. His WAR. Ooh, yeah.
Exactly. Who are we going to get?
I would go get the guy who is finally doing what I thought he would do last year, Zach Geloff. I drafted him high last year, broke his hand in the preseason, was never right, had no season. He's only rostered in 27% of CBS leagues and started in 20. Here's Zach Geloff's big value, other than the stats I'll give you in a minute. 17 games in the outfield, 6 at second base, and now 6 at third base with Max Muncy of the A's on the DL. You can play him anywhere. He's a jack of all trades guy. In 25 games, 12 runs, 3 homers, 11 RBIs, a couple steals, hitting 258. He'd be a good 4th outfielder, maybe a guy you play if they have 6 or 7 home games or, a good road schedule. But Zach Geloff, I thought coming into last year was a 2020 candidate as a second baseman, and he's finally got it right. He's healthy, and he got in there really when Brent Rooker got hurt. And the A's are finding a way to get him in the lineup every single night.
They can't not play him. They can't. Even calling Bolte up, I thought he would lose I thought he would lose at bats, but because he plays everywhere.
Yeah.
And then for me, it's Eduardo Rodriguez, and he's been on and off rosters for me this year. His last 3 starts, 20 innings, 15 Ks, 1.35 earned ERA, a 105 whip. He's only 55% owned. He's only 55% owned, and his stats for the year are pretty damn close to what his last 2 weeks have been. So I think we're trapped in the Eduardo Rodriguez days where he was striking out like 1.2 per 9.
Yeah.
And he's not doing that anymore. But if you can get seemingly always a quality start, low whip, low ERA, and he keeps them in every game, so a chance at a win, and you can get 3 out of 5 pitching categories in 5x5, and he's a 33rd ranked pitcher right now on CBS. I don't know why he's not rostered more. I don't know why he's not rostered more than 55%. I don't understand.
I had him for a week, and it happened. I played him, and it happened to be the week he had his worst start, and it soured me, reminded me why I didn't want him.
Yeah. And I had him for that same start in my National League only league, and I cut him, and he's still sitting out there.
Wow.
I know. I guess it's just a lack. I guess it's just a lack of trust. And now, speaking of who we're going to cut, I love that one. It's my favorite one.
Now, I'll give you the caveat with Andrew Painter. 5 innings, 1 run on a home run, 4 hits, no walks, and 4 strikeouts tonight. Where the hell did that come from? Coming into tonight's game against the Red Sox, he was 1-4 with a 6.89 ERA, 1.71 whip, 44 hits in 32 and 2/3 innings. To me, he was only rosterable in the deepest of leagues. The deepest of leagues, because he's shown nothing. I'm happy for the kid because he's on my bench in one of my leagues, but he's rostered in 52% of CBS leagues, and maybe you get a glimmer of hope tonight that some better days are coming and he'll settle in. He's still really young, but he has been terrible and a massive disappointment. And you know, this great rookie class. A lot of them are having great years, but he's the failure of the rookie class so far.
Yeah, he may benefit from moving down a slot in the rotation too, with Wheeler back. And for the 40% of you that own Brady Singer, I have to ask this: why? 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 Do you just are you playing for draft position? Are you tanking? Is this trying to get in a draft lottery for next year thing?
The Washington Wizards.
He's got a 5.63 ERA. He's got a 1.64 whip. He just doesn't get guys out like an idiot, because one of my head-to-head leagues is daily roster. You can pick them up. You can pick them up and cut him on a daily basis. He started last night. I'm picking him up.
I don't even know what that means. That looks like an algebra thing.
Howard Stern at 4.2. Howard Stern 420. Is that what I'm reading right there? I like that. Look, those are the same stats. You post those stats about Shane McClanahan, and he had one bad start, and I was able to trade for him everywhere because everybody panicked that he was going to suck.
Yep.
And in his last 3 starts, he's given up 7 total hits in 17 innings. 7. Good. No walks. The guy's pitcher, they don't. He gets outs. So all the made up, and this is not a shot at you at all, Todd, but all the made up stats to make your case as to why you don't or why you do, your eyes are never going to deceive you as to why you do or you don't. And you go back to Andrew Painter, he gives up way too much hard contact. He just gives up way too much hard contact. Like, I see it watching him pitch. And then when he does start giving up hard contact, he's nibbling. I think he's going to be. I think Painter's going to be okay. I wouldn't bail on Painter like you would. I wouldn't cut him, but I wouldn't play him.
No, Painter. Look, he's a rookie. He's young. Okay, but you gotta really really have a roster where you can carry that kid till he can figure it out.
Yeah,
And you got to be good. All right, if you're in a middle of the league or of the standings or worse, you can't carry. You need guys that are going to help you now.
yeah.
Not like you with your lofty position among your perch that you're in the first place for now, because my team's starting to roll again after my 2-week malaise. But
do you realize? Yeah. Do you realize the conundrum I'm in? My Memorial Day fire sale's in jeopardy right now.
Do it.
Like my traditional Memorial Day fire sale, everything must go. First in, first one to get to this guy. Like, I don't even want to update my on a block on CBS because I'm afraid somebody will make me an offer and then I'll get itchy. And I'm like, I got to do something. And I got a Costanza this, I think. I got a Costanza this right now. Let's look ahead. Let's look ahead to next week.
By the way.
Yeah.
I know a nationally renowned pundit who in this segment last week recommended Bailey Ober, as hard as that was to say.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. No, really?
Bailey Ober was Cy Young last night. Thanks, Bailey, for making me look a lot smarter than I really am. Anyway.
I mean, last week was Bailey Ober and Peter Lambert. Peter Lambert was not terrible on Monday. Bailey Ober, if it wasn't for Paul Skeens last night, he would have been the pitcher of the night.
Yeah, and only because Skeens got 10 Ks.
I'm starting to come around on Skeens. I think that kid's going to be pretty good.
He got the first guy out last night in the MLB Network studio. Was like, should we just put him on no-hitter alert? And there he is.
He was, in his last start, he was equally as dominant. I mean, I watch every start. I watch them all. I was watching it on my phone at a restaurant last night, celebrating young James Slavin's grad school graduation. I had Paul Skeens queued up on my phone, like eyeball glancing out of the corner of my eye while we were having dinner conversation. I mean, it's like I can't not watch the guy.
Yep. Anyway, let's get to these guys.
I like your guy. I like your choice.
I picked him up in our league before the week started. I'm planning on playing. J.R. Ritchie was one of my young players to watch in the offseason. Yep. He's been on my roster. He's been in my lineup. I had to cut him because it was a numbers crunch. But he got released in our league, and I picked him right up. And a lot of it was when I was researching this segment. J.R. Ritchie, he is pitching to stay in that rotation, even with Strider back. Yeah. He is going to get the ball twice next week. They win games a lot. So if wins are a category for you, those are two great matchups for him on a team that's just kicking everyone's ass.
I love matchup one. I'm starting to become a little afraid of pitching anybody against Washington, to be honest with you. They score a lot of runs, man. They give up a ton. Half of them are unearned because they can't catch anything. I mean, I saw them with my own two eyes a week ago tomorrow. They don't catch the ball. They're a horrible defensive team.
Speaking of which, they're 6-6 against the Reds in the top of the sixth.
Yeah, just another day, just another Nationals game.
Yep.
6-6. Bet the over every night, and you got a pretty good shot. And I like JT again because of the matchups next week. He's only 10% owned.
JT Ginn was my second option for this segment.
I mean, he's a K an inning guy. He's got a 3.45 ERA. He doesn't go long in starts, but he's not going to hurt you. And I was shocked that he was only 10% owned. He's been pretty decent. He has been pretty decent. And it is funny from a batter standpoint. We both picked teams that are going into Colorado next week.
Yeah. And what's scary is that I picked a team that is 28th in runs scored in baseball, and that's the Rangers. I've been waiting for them for a year and 2 months to start hitting, and they still haven't.
No.
But, at Colorado for 3, at the Angels for 3, If you look at MLB team ERAs, the Rockies are 29th, the Angels are 26th. If not now, when for the Ranger offense? If they can't score next week, then I'm out. I'm out. I'm off the ship.
I don't blame you. And there's a possibility that Alek Manoah might be the best pitcher on the Angels, and that'll tell you everything you need to know about any lineup facing them. They're, I mean, Soriano's their best pitcher. There's no doubt about it. But Reed Detmer's got whacked around again today. He's so incredibly inconsistent. It's terrifying. Phillies are starting to hit. They may make it on here every week the way they're hitting right now, and they're hitting for power. Schwarber's got homers in 5 straight games coming into tonight. I mean, it's, you got to love the Phil. You got to like the Phils, and I will be at Citizens Bank Park in 10 days. Watching the Phils. They're playing the Guardians of all teams.
How do we get you a first pitch opportunity?
That's a good question. Maybe I should look into that. Maybe me throwing out the first pitch. I'll do a little 50 Cent. Throw it like 3 rows over the first base dugout. I'll throw a knuckleball.
There you go.
I throw a knuckleball on the first pitch, and then see if the catcher can catch it.
There you
go. Like in our group chat, in our mini group chat in our league, the comment from Battlefield Bob was, strong trade rumors, Gunner to Kip by tomorrow night, but to the big man. So
Terang for Henderson right now. If you're still awake, big man, Gunner for Terang. I'll throw you a kicker. I'll throw you a pitcher that you told me you needed. Even with Scooble on the DL, I'm pretty deep. So there you go. Look for it tomorrow.
Yeah, Max Fried's going to be on the DL shortly. I'm sadly afraid.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Oh, by the way, fantasy baseball owners, if you're not in the habit of checking your lineups 30 minutes before the games start, get in that habit. I had one, two. Hey, still up. I had 1 2-star pitcher this week. It was Nate Eovaldi, and I checked my lineup at 6:30 Monday and saw that he was scratched because of a sore side or whatever the hell he had. So in goes Blake Snell, and I was kind of disappointed. Eovaldi had shut down the Yankees twice in his last 2 starts.
Yeah.
Now he's out. Now he's probably not going to make his start this week, from what I'm seeing. You got to be on top of that.
And how did Blake Snell do?
I looked at one stat for Blake Snell in his opener, and it was pitches. I don't care about his runs. Why? I don't care about any stat. It was how long did the Dodgers let him pitch? And it took him 3+ innings. 75 pitches. I don't think he may. I know he didn't get out of the 4th if he even got there, but I wanted to see his pitch count. That's all I cared about. And I'm playing.
I think we might have jinxed Tyler Glass now.
Yes.
We might have jinxed him. As much as you lit a fire under Raph Devers, we might have jinxed Tyler Glass now by pointing out that how many innings he had pitched in April and how surprised we were that he had pitched that many innings. And lo and behold,
he's hurt. That's the way it goes.
That is the way it goes. That is the way it goes. I mean, it's the team that, with the exception of a couple of guys in their lineup, the team that you probably should start paying a little bit of attention to from an offensive standpoint, probably should start paying attention to White Sox players.
I like those guys.
They're scoring runs. Miguel Vargas is phenomenal, but Colson Montgomery's hitting. Kyle Teal's coming back. Braden Montgomery's coming up. Murakami's hitting a ball. Like they drew Romo out of nowhere. I pick up most players in their lineup with the exception of Andrew Benintendi, who I would never pick up ever, and Jared Kelenic, who no. Like that's kind of the part where you can't take them seriously.
Yeah.
But their problem is not hitting. Their problem is they can't pitch. And they'll get there over time, but I don't know. they're underowned in a lot of they're underowned on a lot of platforms, and I think we have a tendency to look at teams that are not good or were not good and just discount players.
Yeah.
And then by the time we realize that we should be picking up players from those teams, it's too late. Somebody else was already in a desperation mode because of injury or underperformance, just grabbed a guy, and you're like, damn, I wish I thought about picking that guy up. They're a team to think about, and the Rockies are scoring a decent amount of runs, and they do play half their games in Colorado. And Mickey Moniak, former number 1 pick of the Phillies, hit another one tonight. As they are, and it was in Pittsburgh, so it's not like it was in Colorado. As Mitch Keller, no bueno. Tonight was this is why the Pirates should trade Mitch Keller night, not, which is 25% of his starts.
Sure.
It's 25% of his starts. This is why you trade him. Next week we're Wednesday again. We're
going on Wednesday again.
As you cap off what is hopefully a successful campaign for North Colony School District School Board.
We'll see.
You can tune in live on this platform Tuesday night at 9:00 for Election Central from Sean's Election Central. There will be sparkling cider and one balloon. and that one balloon would have been stolen from a kid's birthday party at his kid's school that day on his way out, and maybe a sparkler.
Maybe.
And if he really wants to gussy it up, he'll steal flowers off a grave on the way through, and he'll have some of those going too.
We do have a campaign expenditure report that you have to send in, so I got to really be a bit frugal.
Campaign expenditure report.
Yes. All right. So we're going to
expenditure report $11. I'm like,
we're trying to keep to our regular Tuesday gig, but this week and next, at least it'll be on Wednesday night. Thanks for modifying your schedules. Awesome stuff.
Yeah, thanks to Handjob Watson for a phenomenal upgrade to our
absolutely
to our look.
All right, and the Bailey over. Give me one more big outing this week to make me again look smarter than I really am.
Yeah, he won't.
Be good, everyone.
Good day to bet
against you next time.
Adios.